So if you go to any distillery, you'll see shiny, sexy stills. We got two little 200-litre ones. What sets us apart though from many isn't what goes on here. We'll come to that in a minute, but it's actually what goes on over here. So for us, we ferment and distill everything from scratch. So in these little 200-litre barrels, we can ferment sugar from sugar beet, sugarcane molasses to make rum, or malted barley to make whiskey. So this, which doesn't look shiny and sexy, is the most important part. Here, for example, we have 200-litre sugar wash, fermented, ready to be distilled. First, we pump it from here, fill up the still over here. Once this is filled up, ready to go, we have two immersion heaters in there that will gently heat it up, bring it up to temperature. The most important part of this part is to not bring it up to temperature too quickly, because there's alcohol that we want to get off first, the heads. We want to separate that. It's basically nail varnish remover, acetone. We don't want that in our spirit. Acetone boils at a lower temperature than what the heart, the ethanol part of the spirit does. So by bringing it up to temperature slowly, we can separate those bits off before collecting the heart of the spirit. So when you're working on small equipment like this is a 200-litre pot still with a reflux column, you're obviously not going to chase quantity. We've just got to look at quality, which is the small heart of the spirit, super smooth, clean spirit, which we can then use to make different products from. So for example, the neutral spirit that comes off of this technically is vodka, because it will come off at 96%. We'll then use that neutral spirit to make gin. Gin and vodka, they start from the same base, which is the sugar from sugar beet. We often use this still set up differently, so we don't use it typically as a reflux column. We take all the plates out and we run it differently, more alembic style. And running it as alembic style means you get lower strength alcohol, but you get more flavour. So if we're making rum or we're making whiskey or we use it to make gin, it will come off a lower strength. Say for example, the rum might come off at 65% alcohol. Well, obviously then what isn't alcohol, the 35%, that gives you the flavour profile from where the alcohol come from. So in the case of rum, it'll be from the molasses. So that's where those lovely rum flavours come from. This still for lower strength product, alembic style. That one typically reflux column, strips all the flavour out, super smooth, clean spirit. What sets us apart from many is the time, effort in terms of fermenting, the fermentation, the distilling, the base spirit, super smooth and clean, long before we then start infusing, redistilling and flavouring with different products. So once we've spent all that time and effort in creating very smooth spirits in small batches, when it comes to infusions, fruity gins, what have you, we only use real fruit. And again, once you taste the product, you can tell, you can spot. This example is a blood orange. We have to buy these this time of year, pop them in the freezer, and then we've got them all year round. There's no point going to all of that effort to then just chuck in an orange flavour. So hopefully that gives you a small insight into what goes into making a bottle of our spirits. It's not just a case of taking alcohol, sticking a flavour in it and putting it out there. The bit we're most proud of is the fact we ferment it, we distill it as smooth and clean as we possibly can, and we only use real fruits, ingredients. That's what we're proud of the most.